Apologies, everyone. Just got kicked out my network, but I'm trying to join again with my system, and the screen would come up in minutes. Sincere apologies, everyone.
All right, no problem, ma. So once, as we wait for the slide to come up, if you are just joining, welcome once again to this program, From Crude to Code, How the Web Development is Transforming the Oil and Gas Industry. So let me give you the introduction of the guest speaker while the slide comes back. Okay, it seems the SPEB UK president is around, so I would call the SPEB UK president, Mr. Salisu Usman, to give the introduction of the guest speaker once our slide is back.
I think the SPE president is suffering from network issue right now.
Please exercise patience. It seems the meeting is kicking out both our host and the speaker. So please exercise some patience as they try to rejoin this call. If you are just joining, welcome once again to this session. Please, let's adhere to the safety instructions that were given at the beginning of this call. Make sure you are aware of your environment. Make sure that you are sitting at a good posture. Only unmute your mic after raising up your hand and allowed to speak. And please mute your mic when not speaking. Thank you all.
All right, please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
All right, thank you very much. Apologies once again. And please, you can just go ahead and read the bio of our ambassador lecturer. Apologies, everyone. Thank you.
All right, apologies once again, everyone, for the technical difficulties. So our guest speaker and our resource person for today is Ms. Ebi Bobomi, who is an emerging energy professional, a front-end developer, and a STEM advocate, passionate about leveraging technology to drive innovation in the energy industry. The speaker is a graduate of Energy and Petroleum Studies from Novena University. She made history as the first female president of the SPE Novena University chapter, leading the chapter to win the prestigious 2025 Diversity and Inclusion Champions of the Year Award, and also making Novena University the first institution in Nigeria to receive this global recognition. In recognition of her exceptional leadership and international impact, she was named one of the top 10 outstanding 2025 SPENC chapter president. During her tenure, she championed strategic partnerships, strengthened the chapter's local and global presence, and led initiatives that advance diversity, leadership, technical excellence, and community development. She has gained industry experience through internships at the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, the NUPRC, and the NNPC Exploration and Production Limited, NEPL, where she became the first intern from Novena University. As you can all see, our resource person is a first in many rooms. She is passionate about building digital solutions, bridging technology with the energy sector, and inspiring the next generation through leadership, innovation, and STEM advocacy. So please, let's give a warm round of virtual applause to our speaker as she begins her session.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, we can hear you.
Hear me. Apologies. Apologies. Something very bad just happened and I had to switch and don't worry, I'm back here. Apologies for the delay. I'm very, very, very sorry. Let me just can I get the privilege of being co-host so that I share my screen? Thank you.
Yes, my co-host now, I can see. You can proceed, please.
Can you now see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
All right. Apologies once again for the break in transmission. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, CPs, professionals down the call. It's a privilege to be doing this with you guys. It's an opportunity I do not take for granted. From organizing students' events like this and coming to facilitate, it has been a long time. So thank you very much. I'm just going to proceed. We have our theme here, from code to crude, how web development is transforming the oil and gas industry. How web development is transforming the oil and gas industry. So I would want to plead that we all make the class as interactive as possible, right? I want to receive feedbacks through the chat box or reactions so that it will help me know that I am not talking to myself alone. right? I want people to cooperate with me on this. Thank you very much. All right, let's get right into it. Before we start properly, I would love to share a story. Confirm my slides on slideshow. If it's not, let me do that now. Is it on slideshow?
No, that's true.
Should not, because I can't really see anything.
Hello, everyone. Please, if you can hear me, send the reaction. Okay, thank you very much. So it seems the speaker is having a little technical difficulty. Please let's wait while she tries to come back to the call. Hello, everyone. Sorry for the network difficulty. Please let's wait while the resource person comes back to the call.
Hello. Good confirm you can hear me, please.
Yes, we
Apologies.
can
The
hear you.
network is terrible. I've tried different locations. And I just got network now, and I hope it's stable till this presentation runs over. Confirm you can hear me, please.
Yes, we can hear you. I think you finally got a good location. Yeah, you can
All
proceed.
right. So Ms. Rihanna, thank you for sharing. Can you move on to the next slide? Yes. So I said I want to tell a story. I want to tell a story. The smart solution story. Some of us might have come across it on maybe in occasions to conferences or congresses. I don't know, but I'm just going to say it. So I would like you to imagine this. It's 6:30 on a Monday morning, and Mr. Shijoke, a production operator with over 12 years of experience, kisses his wife goodbye and tells his children, "I'll be back before dinner." Like every other day, he arrives at the processing facility, attends the two boss meeting. So later, his supervisor asks him crude oil storage of a crude oil storage tank and manually verify the tank level because there seemed to be a discrepancy in the readings. Mr. Chijoke proceeds to climb the ladder. As he reaches the platform, he slips on an oily surface, loses his balance, and falls. He survives the fall, but his body is badly injured and is unable to move. His radio is damaged in the impact, and because he's walking alone, in a remote section of the facility. It takes valuable minutes before anyone realizes something is wrong. Now, every minute that passes reduces the chances of survival. That Mr. Chijioke was wearing a smart helmet with a fall detection sensor. The moment he hits the ground, the helmet automatically transmitted an alert to a web-based monitoring dashboard in the control room. His exact location appeared on the screen. The HSE team received an instant notification on their phones. Emergency responders reached him within minutes. The difference between these two stories wasn't luck, it wasn't manpower, it was technology. When most people hear web development, they tend to think about shopping websites like Jumia, Alibaba, Temu, blogs, or social media. But today, I'm going to show you that same technologies used to produce those applications are also helping to save lives, improve safety, optimize production, and transform one of the world's most important industries, the oil and gas sector. So welcome to today's ALP, titled From Code to Crude, How Web Development is Transforming the Oil and Gas Industry. Next slide. Now, I know some of you might be wondering, we are talking about web development, how it transforms the oil and gas industry, but I am talking about safety. Two things stand out in that story. And for me, I think tech stands out and safety also stands out. As we all know, the oil and gas industry is prone to incidents a lot. And that's why safety is like the topmost priority in any oil and gas facility, no matter how small, no matter how big. I chose that topic because I feel it will resonate to us a lot. And the issue of tech, you would also see how it comes to play as we go about the lecture. So this is my outline. We are going to be looking at the overview of an oil and gas industry, a simple crude oil production system, what is web development, the benefits of digital transformation, why is web development important, and the apps, or rather softwares that the oil and gas industry they use. We will see common case studies, and we will also come to see future trends in the oil and gas industry that are already, making waves and starting to happen. Next slide. So this is an overview of the oil and gas industry. As we all know, or if we don't know, the oil and gas industry is made up of three major streams. We have the upstream, the midstream, and the downstream. The upstream simply entails exploration and production. Exploration, how you go to get licensee, you go to get your OML, your OPL, to be able to use a block or a specific area or a land that is mapped out for you to drill and get your desired result. Then production is there. Under the midstream has the processing and the transportation. After this, hydrocarbons are coming up to the surface. After they come up to the surface, they are then separated. Water is separated, gas is separated, crude oil is separated, and they proceed, transport it for refining and market downstream. My network is stalling. In the oil and gas industry, at the upstream, we have exploration, production. The midstream, we have processing, transportation. Downstream, we have let's go to the next I had to like go out back because okay, my line was breaking.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I wasn't getting a response. Is it better?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, I would like to know where you head to. Start from there again. Apologies. All right. You heard me up to this point, right?
Yes, we did. It was in this slide.
All right. Ms. Juliana, can we have the next slide up? Slide. Just be there. Ms. Juliana, please, or Usman, please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you now.
We can hear you now, but it keeps breaking off. I don't know. You can go ahead. We can go ahead, please. Abby, can you hear us? Hello, Usman, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, apologies, our network is really poor. All right, for the sake of time, and network is really it's really having serious network issues. I would just try and go ahead with this lecture. All right, so please confirm you can hear me, Usman.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right, so we have the typical activities that goes up in the upstream oil and gas life cycle of a well. We've been hearing of, just like she said earlier in the former slide, um, upstream, midstream, and downstream. But today, our focus will mostly be on the upstream, right? Okay.
Hello, please, can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So today, our focus will mostly be on the
Yes, I'm here. I was saying if someone can hear me. Okay, I think, are we there? Please confirm you can hear me. I'm
Yes,
having
we can hear
serious
you.
network issues. I don't understand. Today of all these, MTN chose to. All right. Please, let's move over to the next slide. We're running out of time already. Apologies once again. Just hold it. Let me try and connect. Let me add it on the, I want to project. So sharing again, I think, okay. So I can't share my screen because I'm not a host. Please, Dr. Nixon, please could you make me co-host? You have host privilege. I don't know if I'm audible, but if you can hear me, please make me co-host. Hello, ma'am. Usman, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I can't share my screen. I think, yeah, I can't share my screen as well. Juliana has been out for a while now. I don't know if you have the host privilege so that I can share. Okay, Dr. AB has it. I don't know. Mark, can you hear me? If you can hear me, please make me co-host so that I'll share my screen from my end. This is a very tough one. How do I do this without my screen, my slide up? Please, if someone can help me send a DM or like a direct message to Dr. AB again. I think she's on the call, she's the host, and I can't share my screen. I don't want to go on with the presentation because I will not carry everybody. My screen needs to be visible. All right, so as I was So I will just go on without the slide. I was talking about the typical activities in upstream oil and gas, the life cycle of a well. And I talked about licensing to exploration, appraisal, development, production, and abandonment. My screen needs to be visible. So like I said, I want to see your text on the chat box. Like I said, when you hear oil and gas and you hear exploration, I mean, web development in it together, like in the same sentence, what comes to your mind? I'm waiting for your responses. I really want to rush through all of this, but it's more like I have to share my screen because some of the explanations I have to do are virtual, and I don't know how that's going to be possible with how aside there. I don't know how that's going to be possible without my screen. Hello? Okay, so on my screen here, I have a simple crude oil production system. I don't know if I got chats. Okay, somebody respond. In a simple crude oil production system, what components are responses in the chat? I would like to see our responses in the chat box so that I would know when and when to come in. Please, I encourage that you just answer, please. Let's do this because of time. Apologies for the glitches and network. Okay, somebody said downstream. Abdul Raham said downstream. Okay, that's one of the major streams in oil and gas, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm saying in a flow station facility, what equipment can you think of that is there? Okay, because of time, we have separators, we have inlet manifolds, we have the flare, the gas flare, we have the heater, we have what other thing again? I'm trying to remember the one that is store. But yes, we also have the feed office and control room. Let me not forget that because that's very important. And we have chemical injection unit as well. So those are some few things I can think of right now that makes up the flow station. And all these things are being operated either manually or automatically. So what is web dev? When people hear web dev, what comes to their mind? So web dev is, I'm trying to look for a simpler explanation, but in web development is having let me make this clear. Having interface like on a web page, the web page that you see, the display and everything, there is being sourced by a development. So there are three types. We have front-end development, we have back-end development, and we have the full stack. For the front end is responsible. It's more like a frame, right? think of it this way. Think of it like, okay, I've not gotten to that part, but think of it this way, that the front end is what is responsible. Let's say I don't want to use this explanation, but let's say we have like a board, like the board is just there, a white marker board is just there, and it's just empty, right? So it's empty, but there are some structures that are there, like the hood in the back of it, the frames, the iron frames around it, right? So those things are just there. So it's just giving, like, it's just there. There's no coloring, there's no responsiveness, because it's just plain. You are just staring at it, right? So think of front end like that. So the front end has on that front end, we have programming programming technologies like the HTML, hypertext markup language. We have CSS, we have Tailwind CSS, we have JavaScript, we have React. And that's for that. I don't want to dwell in on that, but if any questions come at the end of the day, I would answer. Then the next one we have is the backend development. The backend is responsible for giving styling. I said styling. The backend is actually responsible for the signals that it sends and receive, the data storage, everything you can think of for data storage, and queries, APIs. I don't want to use big words, but APIs are there. Then the full stack development is like a combination of both. So for me, myself, I am a front-end developer. So I do the front end. I am not into the back end yet, but I do the front myself that way. So that's for that. Under the front, I was explaining something on that front end. I said that they are the programming technologies that they use there. We have HTML. It's basically the display of a website, the way you see it on your screen, like a dashboard, a form to fill. Those displays you are seeing, that's the front end is responsible for that. So the things you are not seeing on the screen, which is the storage, how whatsoever you fill in there, how whatsoever information is transmitted, everything goes to the back end. And the combination of back end and front end is the full stack. A reason why, so I'm looking at the benefits of the digital transformation in oil and gas. So one of the benefits is it improves workforce efficiency. It improves refinery plants or flow station facility efficiency from a lower percentage to a much higher percentage. And it also improves the workplace health, safety, security, and environment. You know how you go to a flow station, let's put that everybody can relate to. So there's this movie, a real life story that happened in the Gulf of Mexico. What am I forgetting? There's Piper Alpha and there is Deepwater Horizon. Yes, Deepwater Horizon happened in the Gulf of Mexico around April 20th, 2000 and is it 2010 or 20? I can't remember exactly. But yes, there was a situation lots of persons died, people were injured and everything. I don't know if we've seen that movie or if you've heard of the story. Okay. Oh, I didn't see this. So yeah, thank you, Femi. Thank you, Amina. Thank you, Abdurrahim. Thank you very much. I didn't see that. I was looking at my slide. Apologies.
That joining me. Which guy? The man. Share Yahweh.
Share Yahweh. If you say, oh, your mom now,
My mom is Edo.
who's your wife now?
My mom is half Edo.
After
My dad is
you have to have.
my dad
Please,
is pure Edo.
Mr. Salam, your mic is on. Can you kindly
My
mute?
dad is pure Edo. Where is the table I was writing in?
Hello, Mr. Salam. Your mic is on. Can you kindly mute it?
Mami, where did you stop? Table 4.
Can the moderator please mute? Can the host? Okay. You can continue, ma, if you're on the call.
For real, because the network is very bad, very, very bad. And I apologize because MTN has been like the stable network in my area, in this location, and it works pretty fine. I don't know why today of all this, it's deciding to misbehave. And I've also tried to switch my networks, and it's not still working. So I just have to use MTN because it's manageable. Please confirm I can be heard.
Yes, we are currently hearing you.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, thank you very much. So like I was saying, I was talking about what we see in the I was talking about the reasons why the benefits rather of digital transformation, the reasons for web development in the oil and gas sector. And the last thing I said was it improves workplace health, safety, security, and environment. And I was trying to use the movie Deepwater Horizon, a true life story that happened, not a movie, a film, the true life story that happened at the Gulf of Mexico, right? There was a response. We saw how all of their instruments were beeping and beeping and beeping, signifying that something is happening, right? So that was a response. That was a response that it received from whatsoever sensor or signal they had there. I'll just move on straight to why web development is important. Safety risks. It's important for safety risks. It's also important for in remote locations, massive data generation, and it also helps with high operational cost. So I have highlighted apps or softwares rather that are used in the oil and gas industry. We have data entry apps. Some of you might already know them. Disaster management apps, applications for project management, radio communication apps, apps for health and safety, reporting apps, and communication apps. So there are a couple of softwares that the oil and gas industry, especially in a working facility, that they use to send signal and receive signal. A good example for under the radio communication apps or radio communication tool or it's the walkie-talkie that they use. That the walkie-talkie is more like it's also somebody that sat behind the computer and tried to do something that would work without a signal. Like what I'm experiencing right now, the network that I'm experiencing, if I'm using a walkie-talkie, I don't think I would be having the off and on that I'm having, right? So unfortunately, I'm not using that. So we have, there are other apps. I believe you all know them. You can mention them in the, in the comments. Okay, I've been made an host. Thank you very much, Ma. Let me just share my screen. All right, back on. Thank you very much, Dr. Ebi. Okay, so I was talking about apps that are used in the oil and gas industry. So there are other apps that people use. We have, for example, there's one they use for seismic interpretation, data interpretation. There's another one they use for data, systemic data acquisition and stuff like that. And the ones they use to interpret the, that was under seismic data interpretation, right? Those are other ones. So the next things I'm going to be looking at case studies, companies that use this thing. There are a lot of companies, but in Nigeria, we have companies that also stand out indigenously and internationally, like Chevron, Shell, and ExxonMobil. Chevron uses digital technologies to improve their production and safety. And Shell uses digital platforms for asset monitoring and predictive maintenance. I remember my time at NEPL while I was doing my internship. I was posted to Asset Group 1, one of the largest assets at NEPL. And we were doing asset management, looking at, when I came in, I didn't understand it at first, but as I continuously started going and, just seeing what they do there, it now got more brighter or more clearer to me. So under each asset, why was there? I think there were over six assets. Under Asset Group 1, Asset Group 1 has more like the largest assets. When I mean assets like OML, I'm just going to use numbers. OML 21, OML 30, OML, 40, OML, all of those. So what we do, they will now tell us there's a way, they use Excel, they make use of Excel a lot to calculate, and all of the calculations that they do to know their numbers, and if they make use of Excel a lot because they send reports every day, reports on the drilling rig, report at the flow station, they send reports. So I got to see that, and I got to see how they were doing that. So first things first, you come into the office in the morning, and when your manager is in, I'm using when your manager is in because I'm no longer there. But when he comes into the office, right? First things first, we get our record because we have record books. So the assets, when you come into his office, you see there's a white marker board that has all the assets there. So you would write an email usually comes first thing in the morning on the current status of their operation or the current status at the drilling rig. So from those things, we'll now take record and start calculating it. The numbers, the barrels of crude oil that was produced, the one that was from yesterday, the one that was from last week, we'll just minus calculate and put it there and sum it up. Or if we have to do subtraction, we calculate it and we calculate the average BBL that was produced, for that week. So that's a good example of this data I'm talking about that helps. And most times this data, they are not gotten manually, but they are gotten automatically. I remember a time I went to a flow station, Uzeri flow station, right? It was, although all the calculations were like manually, so you have to go to the wellhead and you get your pressure, I used to call it pressure clock. You get your pressure clock, you get your gauge, all of those things, you go there and you will have to check. You put the gauge on top of the well. I wish I had like a very good example here. You put it on top of the opening there, you screw it back, tighten it, and watch how the pressure rises or what is the record. So you record it. That was me carrying out a reading manually. It was not automatically, because if it was automatically, I would be in a control room and probably looking at it on my screen and seeing the various temperature, the various pressure, all of that. So that's by the way. And there's this thing they use in the flow station. I'm just going to say it. There's this thing they use flow station. Especially if you've been to flow stations you may know, but it's called SCADA. It's called SCADA. They use it in close station a lot, especially in the control room a lot. I'm just going to please, can you hear me?
Okay, we
You
can
can hear me.
now hear you.
Okay, sorry. All right, so I'm just going to I'm not I don't think I want to share again because it seems like when I share just goes off. So I was talking about the effects of web dev in a flow station and any oil and gas facility. So I'm just going to leave you guys with this, the future trends in the industry. Obviously, we all know there's AI. AI, artificial intelligence, is responsible for predictive analytics. We have Internet of Things, connected sensors, digital twins, a virtual replica of oil facilities, cloud computing, remote access to operational data. That's what it does. Then cybersecurity is responsible for protecting critical infrastructure. So yes, I would advise and encourage every student on this call, or every young professionals, informing you. You may not have known, or maybe you're just knowing for the first time. But yes, these are the future trends that would be, spurring up in the oil and gas industry in years to come. So in conclusion, the future of the oil and gas industry will not be shaped only by engineers in the field, but also by developers behind computer screens. As the industry becomes more digital, the ability to transform data into decisions through web technologies will be valuable as extracting crude from the ground. The journey from coal to crude has already begun. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. If you feel, or if you have the knowledge within you that, oh, this is something that I should look out for, you could actually do that. I'm also, reaching out to them, encouraging maybe 400 level students, final year students that probably might already be working on a project that is concerning AI. I can assure you that you're on a good. Okay, if you are hearing me, I am done presenting. Over to you, Usman.
All right, thank you very much for that wonderful session, Miss Abby. I think this was a timely session, and despite the network difficulties and technical difficulties, I mean, we could all see how web development is transforming the oil and gas, from rig dashboards, real-time monitoring, timely intervention. I mean, a lot of things come into play. So thank you very much to our speaker for this. I would hand over to Miss Princess if she's on the call for the question and answer session. Okay, it seems she's not on the call. So please, if you have a question, could you raise up your hand or drop your message on the chat box so that we can take them? Hello, can you all hear me? Please, if you can hear me, send a react.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I would assume nobody have a question. So we'll move on to the next. We'll move on to the next item on the agenda, which is the membership drive.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Usman. And thank you, Miss Abby, for such a wonderful lecture, right? So just before we go ahead, Anthony, please, can you make me a co-host so I can share my screen back? Okay. Anthony, Dr. Effie, please, can I be made a co-host now? Anthony is the host back. I'll really appreciate if I could be make it co so that my screen can come.
Yes, I think you have made a co-host already.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, that's not you. That will be Abdurrahman.
Still yesterday made a co-host. Anthony, I don't know if it's Anthony on the coffee. Can you make me a co-host?
It's actually Abdurraham Anthony is the host. Should just
Yes.
transfer it to you.
Just transfer the host rights to me. Thank you very much. And please, let's give a virtual round of applause to our speaker. Please, can you transfer the host rights to me? Thank you very much. Can we give a virtual round of applause to our speaker for today? I'm sure we learned more than one thing today, right? Thank you so much. And apologies once again for the network. This is like a one-off thing. And on behalf of everyone, it's a one-off. We are sorry. I'm sorry. Just a bad day, bad time. You know. Anthony, please, if you can hear me, please just transfer the host rights to me. Thank you very much.
Probably he doesn't know how to do it. Maybe you could just try to put him through.
Okay. Anthony, can you hear me? If you can hear me, please kindly unmute and speak. So my name on the call is Juliana Oji. So my name on the call is Juliana.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Can you transfer the host
Yes, I
right?
can hear you now. Okay, let me check.
Okay. Thank you very much. Can you do that? Just click on the three dots you see by the side of my Juliana Oji, and you see make host or make host. Just click on make host. Thank you very much. All right, so you can drop on the chat box one key thing that one key takeaway that you learned this session. So while we are waiting for the screen to come up, we'd just like to take a quick photograph. We'd like to see your faces, your beautiful faces, your handsome faces. And thank you once again for staying up till this time. Even though we've been having lessons, the number of you are still here. We don't take that for granted. Thank you very much. So please, just as we are waiting for Anthony to hand over the host rights, please just turn on your camera.
What do you?
All right, I see Benjamin. Please turn on your camera if you're in a good place. We'd love to see you. I see our lecturer for today. Okay, I see what to watch. Yes, thank you very much. All right, so at energy SPE solution, people energy. SPA solution, people energy. SPE solution. Last one. Solution for energy. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much for joining. All right. Okay. And Anthony, I don't know, you've not still been able to transfer the host, right?
Yes, I've not been able to.
Just, okay. Or if possible, just leave the call. Can you leave the call for a minute?